So here I am again to discuss on a topic which says A to Z meanings of alphabets in graphology. Um, so basically I am going to tell you about meanings of individual alphabets A to Z, and of course we write each alphabet in our own ways, like everyone has their own way of writing every alphabet. So every alphabet has sub patterns, like A has many ways to write, B has many ways to write. So I'm going to discuss one or two sub patterns as well. So let us start. You can keep a notebook and a pen with yourself in order to jot down the meanings or things that you want to jot down. So here it goes. So that's an alphabet A. So when we write an A, if you cross at both the bars when it's intersected, that means you are stressed. You keep stressed. So avoid intersecting at both the ends. However, when you write cursive A, if it has a loop on the left side of an A, so this says that you have a grudge against some opposite sex in the house. Okay, so basically A denotes within the house. You can jot it down. A is within the house, and if you have loop on the right side of an A, that means you have grudge against some same gender within the house. So that was A. Coming to B. So when you write an alphabet B, you see the ideal B is supposed to be this, and this is the small b. So when you write a B, you see there's a gap between the bar and the curves. So basically B stands for heart. Okay, B means heart. So if anyone has a gap between this and this, that means for males they have a high blood pressure problem. For females they have a low blood pressure problem. Coming to this B, if anyone's writing B which is open from the bottom, this signifies that someone in the family or someone closely related to the writer or he himself has a heart issue or oxygen level issues. Coming to the third one is alphabet C. Now C stands for being social, how you treat people around you, how you are with people around you, and what you think of them. So when this is the ideal C that you need to write. However, if you have an inclined curve inside C, that means these people backstab you. These people think something else but they say something else. They have various other thoughts in their mind, but they actually talk the sweetest out of themselves about you. So the more the inclination, the more dangerous people are. Coming to letter D. So letter D is for your physical self. Okay, so now when you write letter D, at times people write letter D to which the bar goes down on the left. This means that the person is going down physically. He has some or the other ailment in his body. Coming to this D, when you draw a loop on the top, if they are too broad, here, this means that people are sensitive to criticism. That means if you say anything bad about this person or someone's criticizing him or her, this person is going to get affected a lot. Coming to alphabet E. Now E means ears. Okay, anything related to listening. So when you write E, this is an ideal E, this is an ideal E. So if you have this E, that means you are a good listener and you are a patient being. However, if you have your E loop filled with ink, this says that you have some problem in your listening. You have some hearing ailment. Also, these people feel, usually children, they feel that they had been ignored, they were not heard during their childhood, and ultimately they start feeling suffocated, which leads to a lot of acidity and constipation in the body. Coming to letter F. Letter F stands for planning and execution. So the upper loop is for your planning, the lower loop is for your execution. So when you write letter F, if both the parts are missing, that means you lack both in planning and execution. If you have just one loop on the top, that is You are good in planning but you lack execution. If you have lower loop, that means you lack in planning and you are good at execution. The alphabet G stands for your monetary needs. It's basically money related matters. So usually a lot of people write their capital G's like this. So it's open from the top. So this says that they are open to ideas. So there's nothing wrong in this G. However, coming to the small g, if the lower loop to the G is too long, or if it's too broad, like here it's too long, that means these people are more focused in money things in their life. They are more attracted towards money and they are very greedy. Coming to H, so alphabet H is for your intelligence. So whenever, this is the ideal H that you need to write. So whenever you write an alphabet H, if you are drawing a pass stroke, a back stroke, that means you tend to waste a lot of time. So both of it signifies wasting of time. Coming to letter I. Now the capital I says about your relation with your parents, about your self-image. However, the small I tells us about your procrastination, your concentration, your obedience. So when you write a capital I and if the bar is crossed both on the top and at the bottom, that means you have difference of opinion with your parents. A lot of people draw just one vertical line as an I, so that says that this person wants to be very, very independent and wants to take his own decisions and consider his own opinions. Coming to small I, if the dot is on the left, that means this person is procrastinating. This person is delaying in doing things. Coming to alphabet K. So yeah, alphabet K stands for romance. Okay, so after you learn what K means, you can go check your partner's K as to are they romantic or not. So if your partner has this K, if anyone has this K, this means that the person had some complications in his past relations, which is even getting affected in the present. And if you have a gap between these two, this means that the person is very practical. He is not romantic at all and he tends to be very mechanical. Coming to letter L. So letter L is for your ideas, your health and your knowledge. So whenever you write a letter L, the height and the loop matters a lot. So if you have an average L, this is the ideal L that you should write. You have the capability to gain umpteen knowledge and even go to that spiritual knowledge level. However, if your L's are retraced, you can see there's no loop. So these people have a very rigid thought. They are not flexible, they are not experimental, they do not want to adapt to new ideas, and they do not want to learn in life. So they are just confined to particular things. You can see again the loop is too broad. So these people are very immature. They're just stuck to the present life only. They are not futuristic. They do not have a lot of dreams in their life. Coming to letter M. So letter M says about your information and your analysis. So if you have letter M written like this, the difference between this and this is the line is coming down totally and then going up and coming down. These people are very sharp and analytical. So letter N has the exact same meaning as letter M. So I'm not showing it to you. Now coming to letter O. So O stands for being secretive and your communication skills. So if your O has a very large loop inside, that means this person is very, very secretive. And if there's a clean O, that means this person is very good at communicating things, is very clear on his thoughts and clear at sharing things. Coming to letter P, which is P is again the physical self. So when the P is extended, the line of the P is extended towards the bottom, that means this person has a lot of physical drive. Physical drive can be for sports or maybe any other physical activities. And if there's a backstroke again, this person tends to have physical stress. It can be leg pain or this person might have lack of sleep. Coming to letter Q is for aggression. So if you write a letter Q which is rounded here at the bottom, that means this person is aggressive but at a wrong place. Where he needs to be aggressive, he is not, and vice versa. And this person having nothing at the bottom is just a line. This person is aggressive nowhere. R and R. So these are the two R's. So R letter signifies your creativity. If you have this R, that means this person loves music and being creative. This person is really creative. And if you have this R, this person is creative again, but at the same time he's very determined. Letter S. So letter S is supposed to be the luckiest letter in graphology, and it stands for being sympathetic. So these are the ideal S that we suggest. So if you have this S which is narrow at the top and wider at the bottom, these people, they do not show sympathy but they are sympathetic. And the S's that are wider at the top and narrower at the bottom, these people talk a lot about sympathy but they never act upon it. Coming to letter T, a very, very important letter in graphology. So these people, so basically T stands for your goals, your targets, your confidence, your willpower, and your self-image. So if you have a bar of the T on the left, so this says that person is delaying on doing things, not on the time. If the bar is on the right, that means people are too futuristic, they are thinking ahead of the time. And if the bar is too much on the lower region, that means this person has a low willpower and confidence. Coming to letter U. Now U stands for being analytical. Now a lot of people, they seem, if they write a U, it seems like N, or at times it seems like W. So for example, if you've written mug this way, you see the U looks like an M or it looks like N. So it's not clear. So these are called garlands in graphology, and these people usually seem to be confused. And if your V seems to be like a V, that means these people are not analytical. Coming to letter V. So a lot of people write V that looks like a U. Again, these people are not analytical. If you have a loop on the left side of the V, these people have difference of opinion with their fathers. Coming to letter W is for women. Okay, so if you have right side of your W which is rounded and which is bigger, that means this person is very close to his or her mother. And if you have a loop on the right, that means his or her mother has pushed him into studies. So mother plays a major role. Coming to letter X. So if you have this X is basically the technical aspect. If you have this X, you have clear thoughts. And if you have this X, that means you are mechanical and you are stressed. Coming to letter Y. So letter Y stands for your sexual desires and again the monetary needs, like we discussed in G. So now if you have a triangular formation at the bottom, this says that the person is very judgmental about the opposite sex. You will find this Y in a lot of places. A triangular formation which is little extended, that means he or she is stressed about some negative experience in life. If the Y is incomplete, this person is stressful and unfulfilled about whatever the Y relates to, or whatever the Y relates to in his life. It can be monetary needs or it can be sexual aspect. Coming to the last alphabet of the day, that's letter Z. So this stands for your planning and execution, which is same like F. So if the lower region is broad and big, this says that the person is always ready to execute. And if the lower region is smaller, that means this person is more into planning. So yeah, that was about it. I discussed all the 26 alphabets with you. what each of the alphabet means. If you have any doubts, you can post on the video down and I'll answer back to you right away, or maybe later if you've jotted down. Go and take samples, analyze few of the alphabets that you come across, because I've just discussed like a few examples, because each of the alphabets is written in around 10 ways, and to discuss in those 10 ways right now would be little confusing. So I've just discussed like 2 or 3. So whatever you come across, you can judge the nature as per that, and you can ask the person, cross check with the person if that's correct or not, and that's how you're going to get the confidence. I hope the session was interesting for you. I hope it got you some knowledge. We'll meet up again with the upcoming sessions, which are going to be very, very interesting. If you want to know about more topics, you can post it again, or you can ask me for the same. Well, that's about it. I'll see you off. Okay, then bye. And also take care and keep safe and stay home. Bye. Take care.